screen. Up in the top right hand corner is your settings button. Turn the music on. Items on and off. Finger tracking on and off. I'm going to start with everything in the off position. Just hit the check mark to go back to the home screen. You have your characters here: Tommy, Ollie, Stella,
Hey there.
and Ruby.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll pick Ruby and we'll go ahead and hit our arrow key to take us to the difficulty levels. So we have beginner, easy, medium, and hard. The beginner level is just, those are very simple levels just to try to get the child to get used to tilting the iPad instead of using their finger, because you will find that most of your kids right away, they want to put their finger on that screen to make it move. It's actually much better in the tilt mode and more beneficial for their development to use the tilt mode rather than the finger mode. So of course that is more difficult and they're going to want to do the finger mode, but try to get them to do the tilt mode. And then that'll just take you to the next one, which is just more of a curve, and then we have diagonals along with a spiral. The spiral one's very interesting because some kids will actually turn the whole thing in a circle. So let's go back to our home button. Let's hit Tommy here and let me just show you the easy levels. So the easy levels, though they are more complicated than just the simple line, they are pretty easy. It's fairly difficult to make a mistake here. And you just guide all the way through. Take him to the end. Okay, we're going to go back to the home button. We're going to pick Ollie. Let's go ahead and turn our items on. And then we're going to choose the medium level. Okay, and then this way, if the child's having trouble motor planning to figure out how to get to the balloon and figure out which way the path goes, then if you put your items on, then you can tilt Ollie so he can go get his ham bones, which he absolutely loves.
Yum.
He likes those. And then we can even go as far as to go ahead and, if it's still difficult, turn the finger tracking items on. And you can see that it's much easier to do it with the finger tracking. That's why I prefer the tilt mode, because it works on those skills.
Yum, yum, yum.
Almost every skill uses bilateral
Yeah.
coordination of some sort.
Yum.
Okay. And then let's just go back out here to Stella, and I'm just going to give you a glance at the hard levels. And then with the items there, it's going to be much easier for them to find.